Welcome back, everybody. I am your host, the notorious H.I.M, and I am back with another battle this time. This is week 7 of the Battle Hub Draft League. So, guys, if you can take a chance just to like, share, subscribe for your boy, I definitely appreciate it. We are right there, guys, knocking on the door of 300 subscribers. So I definitely would appreciate if you guys like my content. Please, subscribe. There will be definitely be more. But as you guys can kind of see here, I'm just kind of putting together our team for the Battle Hub Draft League. I will put the team in the description. And shout out to this week's coach, because we are facing up against Captain Beanard and the Philadelphia Pidgeys. I think before this battle, he was ranked, I think, either 6th or 7th in the league, and we're at the bottom of the league. So we're fighting, bro. Like, we have to win from here on out in order to do anything of significance here. So it's gonna be a real uphill battle, for us going forward. But we have no choice, guys. Like, this is a pretty scary situation to be in, and we're going up against one of the better teams in the league. So we're gonna have to pull out all stops. We're gonna have to pull out every trick in the bag, every trick in the book. We're gonna have to go deep in our bag this week and try to pull out a W here. So, like I said, we're fighting, bro. But let's kind of go over Captain Beanard's team and let's see what he has packing here. So, Captain Beanard, he has access to Iron Moth, Goodra, Earthworm, Gastrodon, Hawlucha, Pidgeotto, Espatra, Wigglytuff, Arcanine. This man's got the Slowking and the Brute Bonnet, so he has a lot of threats. And, obviously, as you guys saw what we're packing, I mean, we're going with the Lokix, the Tornadus, Gyarados, Lucario, Gardevoir, and Baxcalibur. So we have to institute the triangle offense, bro. Like, for this game, we have to come in hot with the triangle offense, bro. Like, we are triangulating around Baxcalibur, Gyarados, and Lucario. If we can get these guys going and moving and getting in the right spots offensively, we're probably going to be in a pretty good position here. Like I still believe in my team, bro. Like, true say, I really believe in the squad that I drafted, bro. Like, I think some of these mons have the potential to do some great things in this league, and it's just unfortunate that some of the bad luck, essentially, that we have experienced hasn't equated to any wins. But we are here, bro. Like, we are fighting for position, and there's still a chance, bro. I need to get a little bit lucky with some people losing, but I need to really show out these last couple weeks. We got 2 more weeks before potential playoffs, or even like a play-in situation, because I think it's the top 6 teams that make it, and the last 2 spots we have to fight over. So if I can pull out some W's, climb the ranks, this could be a really good situation for us. So don't give up on the Brooklyn Crabrawlers just yet, guys. I really do appreciate you guys liking the team, but obviously, Captain Beanard, he's a smart player. He's a fellow PokeTuber. He knows his stuff, bro. He knows his win conditions. He knows, what position he needs to be in. And with some of the mons that he's packing, I have to kind of play very carefully, because if he brings the Espatra, I have an answer with Lokix. If he brings the Pincurchin or the Hawlucha, I actually brought, Mirror Herb Gardevoir. I think that I would be able to kind of trace his ability and then take over the stats. I think that's how it worked. I don't really know. I'm not too familiar with all the technical side. I'm just thinking that might work. So I have a lot of different answers to things, and obviously with Lucario and Baxcalibur having both, priority, I got 3 priority users this match. It's gonna just put me in position to kind of chip things down, get things lowered. And obviously, I am rocking the Tornadus, and this bird does have Tailwind, so I'm gonna try to use those things to my effect here, because with the Tailwind, I'll be able to outspeed a lot of his team and just kind of gain a lot of advantage and control. The best thing about this matchup is that both of us don't have any real way to hazard remove. So, it's gonna be a very interesting match. I'm really excited to kind of take on Captain Beanard this week. I've never battled him before. I've seen him obviously on the Discord server, kind of battling other people. I have checked out obviously some of his videos, but I've never personally battled him myself. So this is definitely gonna be our first encounter, and I'm excited, bro. Like, even though we are at the bottom of the league, bro, we are fighting for position. and we may have a chance to sneak in, bro. Like that's the most interesting part about this this season, this whole Battle Hub Draft League, bro, and just Draft League in particular. Like, I'm really excited to try again, bro. Like, I have a couple of things that I want to institute going forward in the next couple seasons. And at the end of the season, so at the end of the whole season, I will kind of do a recap video week to week, what we did, what we could have improved on. I definitely feel like there's some areas for improvement with the way that I played, but you know, I'm really just locked in, bro. Like, I'm bringing some heavy hitters, bro. Like, if I can get, you know, the Tailwind working, if I can get Gyarados in here, get some you know, some Dragon Dances off, this is gonna be a real good situation for me. So you know, I'm not really sure what Captain Beanard wants to do. I'm not really sure what he wants to bring or what he wants to carry with him, but it's gonna be an uphill battle. And if he has some of the mons that I think he has, we may be in a real bad situation. So I will kind of cut away here, just kind of come back when the battle starts, and we can rock it out from there, guys. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what Captain Beanard is going to be packing this game, and let's kind of get prepared for this, because this is definitely going to be an uphill battle. You know, he's a real good battler, bro. Like, he's done pretty well for himself this season. He kind of had a couple bad games in the last few weeks, but we're no stranger to bad games. We've been having some pretty bad luck ourselves, so let's see if we can bounce back. Let's see if we can get some momentum, and like I was saying before, guys, like, we still do have a chance. There's still an opportunity for us. We're fighting for our life, though, and we have to bring everything we have, everything we can, every win condition possible to our matches here. So let's see what Beanard is packing this time. Okay, so he's got the Gastrodon, he's got the Hawlucha, he's got the Pincurchin, the Goodra, the Earthworm, and the Iron Moth. I kind of knew the Iron Moth was gonna come. Obviously, he is going to be rocking like the Unburden with the Electric Seed with Hawlucha and Pincurchin, so I got to be a little bit careful of that. But no Espatra, which is amazing, bro. Like, that shit is just so scary, bro. Like, it's so hard to prep for Espatra sometimes, but with Jiminy here, we're going to be able to chip down a lot of his mons, bro. Like, this is going to be real good for us. So I'm actually lead with Jiminy here. I very easily could have led with like Gyarados, you know, and put a pressure on immediately, depending on what he brings. But I'm gonna go with Jiminy just to kind of scout things out. If something comes in that I'm gonna get like real big damage off by going for a first impression, I might as well do that, right? So I'm thinking of just you know, leading Jiminy here, and we're gonna see what we're able to do. But I definitely have an uphill battle here with the Unburden, the Electric Seed, that type of shit, bro. That's gonna be hard to kind of get around. So I have to kind of chunk things where I can, because with the mons he has, bro, true say, outside of the Earthworm, I think Lucario will be able to kind of come in here and just start clicking E-Speed after these things get chipped down a bit. So the combination of Lokix, you know, and Lucario might actually be real good for us this matchup. I'm so happy that I was able to pick up Lokix, like both Lokix and Baxcalibur. And guys, if you've been following my channel, you know those are some of the two first mons that I started playing with in Scarlet and Violet. So it's great to have these guys on the squad here in the draft league. So I'm real excited for this match. He leads with Earthworm, and you know, obviously this thing could set up rocks, this thing could set up spikes. I'm not sure what this thing wants to do, but I know I'm gonna be faster. Like, look at this big word. Like, there's no way he's gonna be able to outspeed a fast ass Jiminy here. So I'm just gonna go for U-turn. I just need to get a little bit of chip damage. If I can start getting some chip on things, you know, it's gonna put me in some good position. So if he wanted to switch out, he could definitely have done that, but I'm predicting him to get off his hazards here. So I'm actually gonna go out into Tornadus F5. I was thinking actually going out to Gyarados, but because this thing is physically defensive most of the time with Earthworms, it really wouldn't make much sense, right? Like, there's really no reason for me to go out and get extra damage on Earthworm or anything like that. So I decided just go out into F5. Let's see if we can get you know, some damage off. Obviously, I'm not sure if he knows that I can pack the Heat Wave, but I do pack it on on Tornadus here just for these situations, because I could very easily just Heat Wave and kill this thing. Like this thing will not be able to survive that, bro. Like, there's no way. This thing is not specially defensive at all. So I'm predicting him to switch, which is going to give me a great opportunity to get my Tailwind off. Once I get the Tailwind off, that's double the speed, bro. Like what are you going to really do? Like, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do to hinder me here. So I'm in a pretty good position. And again, this is just going to help the rest of my team. So Captain Beanard definitely does the smart thing here. And he gets up out of here and brings in the Goodra. The Goodra. Oh my god, the Goodra. So luckily I do get the Tailwind off. And honestly, I could stay in. I could just go for a big U-turn, kind of get some damage off. And I think that's probably my best play because Goodras, they definitely tend to be more especially defensive than anything. So kind of getting a little bit of info on how much this U-turn is going to do is going to kind of give me some insight on what I can bring in and what I can do to get some more damage off. So I'm not really sure what the Goodra wants to go for. These things are especially offensive, so he could go for anything, and they get a lot of good coverage. I think he gets a Sludge Bomb. I think he gets a Thunderbolt, Flamethrower. Obviously he could drop a Draco. Like he has a lot of different options, and I definitely want to keep F5 around because the last thing I want to do is risk my whole strategy here. Like the thing around my team is obviously I'm triangulating against my opponent with the threat of Baxcalibur, Lucario, Gyarados. But the support of the Tailwind, it's just an amazing tool, bro. Like now it just puts pressure on my opponent. So I'm not really sure what he wants to go for, but I decide, you know what? Let's go out into Sly Fox. If I can come out here with Sly Fox, I could immediately put pressure with a close combat. I could go for some big damage. And I did run the calc. With close combat with the chip that I got off, it's most likely going to be able to kill it. I am choice banded, bro. Like you have to remember, Lucario is no slouch, bro. Like you do not want to take a close combat from this. If you decide to go out, anything you go out into, it's gonna get chunked, bro. Like, and with the Tailwind, I'm gonna be able to outspeed, bro. So you have to kind of play your cards wisely. Luckily I'm able to dodge that. He goes for the Acid Spray, which being a Steel type, that's not gonna affect me. So I'm going for close combat. That's my play 100%. There's really no reason for me to not click that close combat. Like that's gonna be my saving grace. Like normally with the Lucario, I definitely rely a lot on the E speed, but let's not get it twisted, bro. With the Tailwind up, I have no fear. I can just go for easily a close combat and knock shit out, bro. So if you want to stay in, be my guest, Beanard. If you wanna switch out, something is gonna get chunked by a lot of damage from a choice banded Lucario here. So Sly Fox is definitely putting on pressure on this man. He has a lot of threats and he has a lot of answers. I mean, obviously, if he wants to let this go down, then he could easily just go out into Iron Mark and threaten me out, right? But I still would outspeed, right? Like, so I go ahead and I get the big close combat off. Obviously, with choice band, it's definitely going to be enough to kill it. Like, that's not even a question in my eyes. It's more along the lines of what he's going to bring in. What is his answer to Lucario? Like, does he know I'm choice band? Does he know I'm locked into this? And what can he do? So, he has his work cut out for him. He's down him on, and that's great for me, guys. Like, it's been a real big challenge with this season, just trying to put together wins. So I'm taking them as I can get them, bro. Whatever opportunities I can take, I'm going for, bro. I'm going for big damage, bro. With the big choice band in my hands, bro, you're gonna feel these hands, bro. I'm throwing hands right now. So I'm not really sure what Captain Beanard is gonna go out into. I mean, he has a lot of choices, obviously. But does he want to risk the damage, right? You got to remember, as long as I'm getting damage off, if I can get chunks off, I can just come back in and E-speed later. Like, I'm rocking both my Tera Captains this week just to kind of give me the facade. He doesn't know which one I'm going to use, which one I'm going to do. Out comes the Earthworm. This thing is one of his Tera Captains, so I do have to be a little bit careful, but honestly, I did the calc, and at this level of health, I'm pretty confident that I should be able to beat this thing with a close combat. If he decides to, to Tera into something else, be my guest, but I'm gonna stay in with Sly Fox. I'm willing to risk, and I know, even without him Terran, I know that he most likely can pack the body press. That's the most common set on the ladder right now, is to carry the body press, and I know that it would kill Lucario. So even if I were to Terra right now, that wouldn't make no difference, like, because the normal type is weak to the fighting. So I mean, he's most likely gonna be rocking either Terra Ground or whatever, but the pressure of the body press is enough. I just need to get this thing lowered. Everything else that I have on my team can deal with this thing very easily. I just need to get this thing lowered. So he actually goes for a big Tera right in my face, which was kind of predictable, honestly. I knew he would probably Tera, but you know, I was hoping him to go into Tera like ground or something. He actually goes Tera fighting, which is amazing because that means maximum I'm only going to do like 49% to this thing. So, and that's definitely not going to be enough to kill it. But I get the crit, and this absolutely matters. So I'm so sorry, Cap. I'm so sorry, Captain Beanard. You know, I definitely didn't expect it to crit there, but I was willing to sacrifice this Lucario no matter what just to get the damage up. Because I know that I can just come out with Tornadus, get up another Tailwind, and then this is going to be, you know, a pretty bad situation. So I'm not really sure what his response is going to be. I mean, that crit probably sucked the air right out of this man's chest, bro. You do not want to deal with a crit, but I will take it. I have no choice. This is the game that we play and love, so I will take it. My bad, Captain, but I appreciate you. So obviously, now he's on the back heels. He done lost 2 of his mons to Lucario, bro. He lost the Goodra, and now he lost the Earthworm, and I think those are both his defensive walls, both physically and offensively, with you know, Earthworm and Goodra respectively. So now he has to make a choice, bro. Like, what are you gonna come out into, and what are you gonna do against this Lucario? Because now this Lucario is looking real good against you, and you don't have no walls to protect you, bro. So I'm throwing hands. I told you this week, I'm coming in hot, bro. I'm throwing hands. Out comes the Iron Mark, and I know that obviously this thing will be able to outspeed and probably go for like the fire, you know, flamethrower, fire blast, whatever he wants to go for. So I very easily could make the play into Rampage, and I was so close to kind of making this play, expecting him to go for the fire move, but I'm really not sure if I want to risk it. So I decide, you know what? Let's go out into RuPaul. RuPaul, because with Gardevoir, they're a little bit more specially defensive. This isn't my specially defensive set, by the way, but I know that he may be able to tank a hit and probably be able to fire off at least 1 attack. It most likely would be like a 3-hit kill. I don't think this thing will be able to kill me unless he goes for like Sludge Wave, but why go for Sludge Wave when Lucario is out? That really wouldn't make too much sense. So I'm thinking that he's gonna go for a different move and may allow me to get off an attack on this. Great. This thing does not want to take a Psychic, so now that he's used his Tera, I really don't have no fear of anything else changing types here. So he ends up going for a Discharge, which is amazing. Amazing coverage for Captain Beanard because he was probably predicting the Gyarados to come out. But luckily, I somehow knew that RuPaul here would have been the best thing to handle this. Looking at the damage, I don't think another Discharge will be able to take me out. I mean, he could go ahead and get, you know, the Paralyze on me. And what I probably should have packed this week would have probably been the Synchronoise, but I'm packing Trace, and it actually ends up coming in clutch a little bit later on. But I don't think another Discharge will be able to kill me, and you don't want to risk the damage on the Iron Mark. So he does end up withdrawing. I think he may be Choice Specs, you know, at this point in the battle, but let's see what you're going to go out into. He ends up going out into Pincurchin, and now my Trace, you know, activates. But I don't know why that works. I don't know why I wasn't able to trace his Fork Drive or whatever it is. I'm not sure why I wasn't able to trace that, but I end up tracing his Electric Surge and setting it up. So that actually ends up being a real great move, as you guys will see, because he doesn't get the extension of the terrain because I set it up. So it actually ends up working out perfectly in everything just lined up perfectly for me this match, and it's going to allow me to actually probably kill this thing so he won't be able to set up the terrain again. With me going for Psychic, I could be Specs. He doesn't really know, and nothing he has left is going to want to take that extra chip or, you know, take some extra damage or super effective hit from RuPaul here. So he's in a pretty bad situation, and he may actually lose his Pincurchin here, just judging from the damage. I mean, he may lose this. He actually goes for a Sucker Punch, which is amazing, and it almost takes me out, but luckily, RuPaul's a beast, and I survive it. So down goes the Pincurchin, which is definitely putting Captain Beanard in a bad way here, bro. Like, we are up pretty big here, and I actually, at this point in the battle, I actually don't see a way for me to fumble the bag here. So I think this one is pretty much, you know, at this point, from what I'm seeing, I think this is pretty much it. All I have to really do is play a little bit carefully against the Iron Mark here. If he wants to go for a Sludge Wave, I'm predicting him to be Choice Specs. You know, so if he wants to go for a Sludge Wave, you can certainly do that, bro. I'm just gonna click Psychic, bro. If you wanna, you know, kill me off, be my guest. I have other mons that can come in and deal with you, bro. I'm really not afraid of the Iron Moth because I still have Lucario, because I still have, you know, Lokix in the back. I still have the opportunity to pressure the rest of his mons, and nothing he really has left is gonna be, you know, really of much effect to what I got going on. So he ends up going for a big discharge, and that's great. You know, he ends up taking out RuPaul. Thank you so much, RuPaul, for what you were able to do. You put so much pressure on this man, and I really do appreciate you, Gardevoir. So, but as you guys saw during kind of my mini team building beginning, just kind of showing you guys my squad, you see that I do have the Earthquake with with the ground type Tera on Rampage here. So I'm predicting him to be Choice Specs. You got to remember. So I'm thinking he's locked in. So I'm gonna go for my Tera ground and be able to absorb that, and I can now get off like a Dragon Dance and then go for whatever I want right after, bro. Like, so I'm in a pretty good position here with him being locked in to the electric move. This is gonna make the perfect amount of sense. And the best thing about this Gyarados is not only is it from from the Virtual Console Crystal, but he's shiny as hell, and he's gonna be out here looking real spec, real stunner, real nice with that Tera ground. So I go for the Tera ground and go for a big Dragon Dance. That's my best play. You have to understand, I have to get my speed to a certain level to be able to take on the Hawlucha, to be able to take on you know, some of his other mons, and I want to be as fast as I possibly can and lower the speed of the opponent as much as I possibly can. So that's the whole thought process behind why I'm carrying the T-Wave this week, and it ends up being such an amazing bring, bro. Like, I love Gyarados. I've been with Gyarados for a long time, bro. Like, Gyarados and me, we go way back. I've used it in every single gen. I use this shit a lot, so I'm extremely familiar with the Gyarados shenanigans, and this thing gets so much coverage. It gets taunt. It gets so many different things, and you know, players don't really know how to deal with it when it's not just running the most typical shit. So I end up going for a big Dragon Dance here. He ends up doing a real smart thing and switching out of here and goes out into his Hawlucha. Obviously, he wants to take advantage of that electric terrain as much as he possibly can. He pops the electric seed, gets a defense boost, and now, you know, we're going to go 1v1, bro. Like, what are you going to really do? I end up going right out into the Tera ground here because obviously I was predicting him to stay in and probably try to cap Gyarados, but he's a smart player. Captain Beanard knows what to do, so he probably knew that I would be Terra-in and got up out of there. So I go for a big Dragon Dance, which is great. I don't think that at this level I still outspeed it, especially with the electric terrain up. So I would probably need another one in order to outspeed, but I need to get damage on this. The best thing about the team that I have left is that I know that he can't Tera. I know that Lucario would be able to hit this thing for probably like about 59 to 60% with, you know, with the E speed. So my thought process is, okay, let's go for damage, bro. Let's get off as much damage as I can. But first, let's T-Wave. Let's get this thing slow. You have to remember, I still have to think about endgame here, bro. Like, it's not a situation where I want to play with the Hawlucha, bro. Like, I don't want that smoke. Not at all, bro. Like, I'm not trying to get capped if he starts sword dancing and shit like that. No way. I'm not trying to take that, bro. No way. I gotta get the W here, bro. He goes for a big acrobatics, and look how much damage this does. Oh my god, bro. This is insane, bro. Look how strong Hawlucha is, bro. But luckily, now he's slower. Now he's slower, and I already have the benefit of having the Dragon Dance, the free Dragon Dance. The free Dragon Dance from him being locked in is playing its wonders right now, because now I can go for some big damage with the Waterfall. He don't want that smoke, bro. I'm hoping for a flinch. A flinch or a para would be great. I mean, obviously, I pretty much stacked it in my favor. I mean, I think it's a 30% chance for a flinch, or 20% chance for a flinch, and a 30% chance for a paralyze. So something has to give here. Rey Mysterio, he's not gonna be able to deal with Gyarados here. So what are you gonna do against this rampaging beast, bro? Like what are you gonna do? We got this shit from the Lake of Rage, bro. Like, this is the Gyarados from Crystal. He's rampaging right now. Like, what are you gonna really do out here? So I have to click Waterfall, bro. Like, I really have no choice, but I just need to see how much damage it does. If it does over half, that is perfect. I know I'll be able to kill him off. And it does. It does probably like, I would say maybe like 65% to him, which is great. He ended up killing me with the acrobatics, but it's actually a real good situation for me right now because now with Lucario, I just come in and click E-Speed and it's gonna chunk everything else, bro. Like, if he wants to switch out into the Iron Moth, he certainly can do that. But you gotta understand, bro, like, it's not gonna be a good situation for you. So I decide, you know what? Let's keep Sly Fox in the back. I still may need that just in case, right? I don't want to risk any potential damage or him switching or whatever the case would be. I mean, he could very easily just switch out with Hawlucha right now, but he's paralyzed, bro. Like, he doesn't have the electric terrain anymore, so it's actually looking real good for me. And I think with the mods that I have left, I may be able to kind of pick up a well-needed, well-deserved, well-earned W here, because we're fighting for our lives, bro. Like, our heads are basically underwater here in this season, and we're fighting to stay alive. So we got to pick out every opportunity we can get. I'm just running a quick calc here just to see how much damage it's going to be able to do. But I decided, let's go out into Sly Fox. Now it's a perfect opportunity. Get off the, the Choice Band and E-Speed. If something wants to come in, fine, be my guest, bro. You can come in and you can do whatever you want. But I'm just packing priority, bro. Like, that's the whole reason why I brought Lucario this week, was because I would be able to guarantee damage on the faster Rey Mysterio, the unburdened Hawlucha. So with him and Baxcalibur combined, there's no way that this thing would be able to deal with this in 1v1. So I go for a big E-Speed, knock this thing clean out, which is great. Goodbye, Hawlucha. You were definitely a threat, and I had to get you up out of here as quickly as I possibly could. Thank you, Gyarados, for paralyzing that shit. I definitely needed it. So I'm not really sure what he's gonna come out here, bro. Like, he can really do whatever he wants. I mean, he decides to go out into Gary, which is obviously the Gastrodon. Not really sure what he wants to do. Not really sure what he wants to go for, but he can pretty much do whatever. There's really no reason for him to, to not click a move and go for probably an Earthquake or, a Scald. You don't get Scald this generation, but I think he gets Surf. I think his best play is probably just to go for maybe some damage here. I'm probably even try to go for Stealth Rocks, but I mean, with this stage of the battle, bro, like, I don't think there's really much that's going to be able to do much to the rest of my team here. I got a lot of answers for a lot of stuff, so there's really no reason for me to risk the health of Lucario here, especially when I can still use it to kind of pick up some KOs later on. So I decide, you know what, I'm gonna actually switch out here. If you want to bring, if you want to go ahead for Toxic or Stealth Rocks or Surf, be my guest. I'm just gonna switch out here. I'm gonna actually go out into Tornadus here and see if I can get off another Tailwind. Like, that's the whole part of the battle. That's the whole strategy, is just go for another Tailwind. Luckily, he does go for the Earth Power, and I'm gonna end up dodging it because I'm the Flying type. But I'm gonna get up another Tailwind. There's really no reason for me not to. All he has left is the Iron Moth and the Gastrodon. So at this point in the battle, I mean, I'm pretty confident I should be able to beat this thing. I just need to get off a little bit of damage. So if I can get off just a little bit, I know this match is over, bro. So I'm actually gonna stay in and go for a Bleakwind Storm here. I think that's gonna be my best play, because as you can imagine, I still have other mons in the back that could still come out here and and do some damage here. So I decide, you know what, I probably could just go for a U-turn here, bring something in, but my best play is just to go for a Bleakwind Storm. If I can get like a speed reduction, that'd be great. But any little bit of damage is gonna be great, because I know the E-Speed from Lucario would be able to kill it. Obviously, I can't take another flamethrower with this, but I'm just gonna go for a Bleakwind Storm, because obviously there's not much that he can really do. That's just more damage that's gonna guarantee that I pick up the KO on this a little bit later on. So it doesn't kill him, unfortunately, and I don't even get the speed reduction. Like, what the hell? I think it's like supposed to be like 20% chance to lower the speed. Like, why didn't I get it all this time? But it is what it is. I can pretty much do whatever. My best play right now is just to probably go out into Godzilla, take this thing out with an Ice Shard, and then I can just focus all my attention towards the Gastrodon and really worry about knocking this thing out. But obviously, guys, this pretty much is going to be the end of the battle. Thank you so much, Captain Beanard. I definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate all you do for me and in my team in this battle, so I definitely appreciate it. It definitely sucked about the crit, but you know, honestly, I definitely had some other answers that would be able to deal with him if he were able to take out the Lucario. I still had Baxcalibur with priority. I still have Lokix with priority, so I'm not too sure what else he would have been able to do if he had ended up taking out the Lucario, but I definitely had answers for him. So out comes the Gastrodon, and obviously I think even especially defensive Gastrodon would be able to live, you know, a regular Glaive Rush. So I'm actually gonna just go for a Sword Dance just to guarantee that I kill it. I don't want to do, you know, too much here, but I'm just gonna go for a Sword Dance. At least be able to knock this thing out with one hit, because you know, obviously he could still go for Earth Power. He could probably even go for, you know, Toxic or something. I really don't know what he wants to do, but I definitely have answers. He actually ends up going for Ancient Power, which does a pretty sizable amount of damage. He doesn't get the boost or anything like that, but you know, it's pretty much over here. So guys, if you haven't done so already, definitely appreciate you guys liking, sharing, subscribing, all that for your boy. We have to win from here on out, and I'm glad I was able to pick up the W here. I'm actually going to leave you guys with the end of this. It's been your boy, you Notorious H.I.M, and I'm out. Peace!